one. But the last time they played, the Chiefs were huge favorites at home, and the Raiders got the best of them. I would expect Andy Reid's team to come out like Andy Reid's team always does after the bye and look very sharp, very dialed in, and very focused. The Chiefs have often been this team that can explode offensively, and you have to keep up with them, all stuff. Their defense has been really good this season, too. Kansas City is one of these teams that's a one-loss squad with the greatest player in the NFL at quarterback, and we're not even talking about them because they've kind of lulled us into expecting that from them. I think the Chiefs could really be a strong candidate for the Super Bowl champion this year, and I actually think they might blow out the Raiders this weekend.
All right, I hear you on that, and you're spot on when it comes to the Chiefs being able to explode at any time. What do I expect from the Chiefs offense, Pat Mahomes? I expect them to struggle. And I get it. They're good. And Pat Mahomes is 25 touchdowns and 1 interception. But do we remember what happened in that Raiders game? He was sacked 3 times, hit 5 times. I know you're saying, well, man, that Raiders defense must have blitzed them. They didn't do that, though. There's teams that come in and they say, all right, let's try to blitz Pat Mahomes, and the ball will get out of his hand faster. Yeah, that's going to work. No, that never works. Because when you blitz guys, you're exposed on the back end. And when you have playmakers like Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and the list goes on and on and on, these guys make plays, and that turns into a touchdown once they catch the ball. What the Raiders did, they blitzed 6% of the time of the game, which means, you know what? We're going to sit back. We're going to cloud these windows. We're going to leave it up to our defensive line to harass him and collapse that pocket. I feel like there's going to be an adjustment in this game, and the faster that the Chiefs can make this adjustment, the better they have at winning this. If it's third quarter, fourth quarter, and Pat Mahomes is still struggling and they don't have a rhythm, the Raiders will win this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. No, as a matter of fact, I know it's not going to be a blowout.
I hope it's not. I think this game is fascinating to the psyche of Patrick Mahomes. This would be, in a lot of ways, his biggest loss. I mean, he lost in the title game, came back and avenged it, but losing 2 games in a row in your own division that you run is massive. And, you know, we've never seen him frustrated. I think we've seen Patrick Mahomes mad and angry and fiery in the playoffs when they're getting crushed by Houston. But if you go back and look after that Raiders game, I think it's the closest we've come to him being annoyed, kind of pissed off. If you remember, a lot in that game was him improvising. The offense wasn't smooth. And he said after the game, I'm going to read a quote from Patrick Mahomes. He said, we need to run the offense, not just me at quarterback relying on these crazy plays where I'm scrambling around and throwing these shots. Like, kind of quote unquote, he was annoyed with it. He's like, we never ran the offense, and I give complete credit to that, to the Raiders defense and Crosby and those guys that they drafted and Farrell, and they had him off kilter big time. And afterwards, a guy as measured and as calm as Mahomes looked like he was about ready to lash out. So we don't get a lot of challenges for Mahomes. We don't get a lot of people testing him. I don't think that this was an anomaly. I don't think that they just had a bad day. I think the Raiders had a plan and they executed it and they got the firepower and they drafted these guys to battle Mahomes. And I think it'll be close.
If I'm not mistaken, that 4th down pass that Heath picks off, and I know we're going back week 5 and it's tough for people to remember what happened, is the one interception that Mahomes threw. If I'm not mistaken, though, it was a 4th down, and Mahomes kind of just flung it. I wouldn't make too much out of that. I would say that was a great play by Heath and everything, but, like, that was Mahomes saying it's either their turnover on downs right here, I'm just going to get it. It's almost a smart play by Mahomes to just fling it out there. If you watch the pass, he's half turned around and throws it.
It was a smart play?
Watch this. This is the throw. Okay. You think Mahomes is squaring up? Let's watch it again. Bring it back one more time. It's 4th down. If they don't complete this.
Okay, look where he returns the ball.
Of course, you don't expect this to happen. You don't expect him to do it. But if we could see the play one more time, it's off his back foot.
I say this looking out for you. You get a lot of, Mahomes.
Apologists.
If I'm at home right now, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying it's actually not the dumbest thing when it's 4th down and you're like, all right, we're going for it. It's not there. I'll throw it as far as I can. Look at the pass one more.
You sound like a Pat Mahomes apologist.
Might as well be a punt. Look at this. He just flings it.
Okay, that's called a bad decision.
But why does this matter for this week, you guys? What we're seeing
because
right
there's
here.
a psychological edge. It's like we got him once. We picked him off. We're the ones.
And it's the only mistake that he's made all year. And I think it was a mistake. We probably want to punt it there.
Yeah, if we want to look at revenge games with them, what did they have, like 2 last year, Strikes? They had the Texans, who beat them in the regular season in the playoffs, and then they had the Titans, who also beat them in the regular season. And I mean, they basically dismantled the organization of the Texans, then took care of business against the Titans when it counted. So as far as scoreboard with revenge games and this team, they're 2-0.
And they beat the Patriots in New England last year, which was one of those where it was like everyone thought, oh, Belichick's got the tricks. No, they went in the rain and they beat them. So I know I sound like
I'm kind of with you,
Peter,
Shrek, though. I'm usually
listen,
not.
I get what you're saying. If you're Pat Mahomes, you can look at that play and you can look in the mirror and say, it's a play that I just flicked up there, whatever. I make better decisions.
Dude, Russell
than that.
Wilson throws multiple interceptions a game. Lamar throws picks.
I hear what
they
you're
all
saying.
throw picks. His
Peter,
wasn't even that
you're
bad.
spot on when you say
it's the interception take chasing they're going to blow out the Raiders take. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Same segment.
And for you to say it's not a big deal to
Trying to get him to
Mahomes,
say 60.
you are spot on. But it's a big deal to the Raiders. Let me tell you how players look at this. The Raiders are walking into this game saying, yeah, we made him bleed. He was rattled because of us.
Yeah.
We sacked him 3 times.
They did a victory lap around the stadium.
We did that. It wasn't the Pat Mahomes didn't play the game, so that's why the Chiefs didn't win. No, the Raiders are walking out and saying, we made him look weak, and we're going to make him look weak again. That's why you saying, no, him just throwing, it's not how the Raiders looking at it.
He threw 4 touchdowns the last time we saw him. He threw 5 touchdowns the week before that. That was in week 5. They've had a bye week. Don't be. What's the Game of Thrones character, the dragon that goes?
Dracarys?
Yeah, this might be a Dracarys performance.
Well, it might be or it will be.
Let's just say, I'll see you Monday.
I'll see you Monday with more on this matchup. Let's throw it over.
Take, Triggs.
With more on this matchup, let's throw it over to my guy, Willie McGinnis, who I miss dearly, MJ Acosta, too.
What's up, everybody? MJ Acosta-Ruiz here and Willie McGinnis. Willie, we got to talk our NFL Total Access game of the week. We've got Chiefs. We've got Raiders in Vegas. It's going to be good.
And you talk about 2 division opponents playing against each other. Last time they met, the Raiders beat them, right? So, you know the Chiefs are going to come in with that bad blood. And both of these quarterbacks are 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. They're playing the best. These teams are on fire. And like I said, it's a division game. So when you look at the matchups offensively, they both can score a lot of points. It's going to be the team that can play defense and get some turnovers and get off the football field, MJ. That's
How did I know you were going to bring up
Of course,
defense?
you got to play.
You're right. You're 100% right. And you mentioned it, too. You see that one blemish up there? That was from the Raiders. So that's the stuff that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are walking up in there thinking about. I love it because that's the kind of energy that we need. We'll get into this a lot more on NFL Total Access weekdays, 7 Eastern here.
Coming up on Good Morning Football, we kick off